YouTube. What's up, gang? What's up, gang? What's up with the gang? How's everybody doing? Who's all in here? Give your boy a holla. I see Gary's in here. Just give me a second here. Running a little late. I do apologize. I was just being a little goony. Let me get some music up here. Alright, give me a sec. Gotta get my body all calibrated, man. Get all cozy, man, for the stocks, man. Alright. Hope everybody's had a great week. Little Santa rally action today, yeah? See what the markets have ahead for us. Alright, got a little music. It's down into the charts, baby. Let's take a look at the S&P. All right, Gary. Gary's got the first question. Hello, brother. Hit that like. Hit that like, bye. Just wanted to say thanks for calling me down during your last podcast. Market was tanking, yet you were the calm in the storm. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, dude. Yeah, you know, I was honestly, we could talk about it here. So this is the S&P 500. This is an ETF for the S&P 500, so SPY. A lot of options traders like to defer to it. And what I was saying last time is I was projecting at least a little bit of relief, okay? Now, don't get too excited. I'm just going to lay that out there. But I was projecting some relief. You know, I believe the last time we talked, we had quite a bit of sequential red days. And typically when you see that, you will see relief, right? Stock market moves in waves. Everything does. It's fractal. So on the 1 minute, you'll see it. And on the 1 hour, you'll see it. And on the daily, you'll see it. So things move in waves, up and down, supply and demand, many other factors. And because of that, we were so oversold that I expected some relief. So I did project today being a green day based on yesterday's price action. And obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but you know, that's just where the probability was landing. Now, the future outlook, I'm still a little pessimistic, at least in the next couple weeks for sure. The main reason is I mean, even from a high level, just quick observation of price action. We do have a little bit of counter trend going on here, right? So I like to come in here, draw these trend lines that kind of help give me a quick view of a trend we may have been sustaining, right? Hence trend line. And we were holding this trend line for months, right? We started rallying on October 13th. And ever since then, we were holding, higher highs and higher lows, right? Trading in a tight little channel here, uptrending, net overall, we're climbing. But once we broke below that trend line, it kind of invalidated the price action. And then from there, it showed me that, hey, we're seeing a change in the overall market direction here. And it's on a high time frame, so it carries more weight. And so that's where I'm still a little bit more pessimistic. We could have our little Santa rally here and make sense. We might see 400 again or 4,000 on the S&P, but I don't think we see much higher than that in the next few weeks. Just my opinion. Okay, but we'll see, man. We'll see. You never know. It's been a crazy year. But yeah, man, gotta just it's all mental, baby. All right. How do you make it through the storm? Because storms don't last forever. You got to remember that. All right. Even thunderstorms, right? How long do thunderstorms last, right? I've seen them last like a week, but it's only a week. And there's 52 of them in a year. Y'all, Merry Christmas, Jim. What's up, brother? Happy holidays. You too, man. What are you guys doing this break? I'm curious. I'm going to be dialing into the charts because I'm obsessed with this, okay? So I'm going to be refining my craft with trading. I'll finally get a lot of concentrated time to make concentrated efforts with no distractions. So I'm pretty excited for that. NASCAR, what up, baby? OP pre-market hand. Yeah, dude, I was watching OP today. That shit was slapping pre-market. I remember seeing like a bold pennant on it, and then it just died. So I think it froze. So they must have had some kind of merger or some shit, a split. Why did this thing freeze though? I don't think I've seen that, but usually with like a merger. So is it trading on a new ticker now or something? I don't know, but when I was looking at this, you can't see it as clean here on TradingView, but when I was on Thinkorswim, there's pretty much like a bull pennant here, very clean one. And I was like, let's go, baby, because it was going off on all my scanners in the morning, and then come market open, the motherfucker, like it just, I don't know, it just froze. Actually, no, this was frozen from after hours. Oh, maybe I thought it was pre-market. Trades between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. were canceled. Okay, market screwed up the reverse split again, just like Cosm. Oh, okay, interesting. How about NEO price action as we move past the NEO day hype? Do you think it's going to tank down to 5 where the bear flag pattern is? Mr. P thinks so. Who the hell is this Mr. P? What does Mr. P know about NEO, man? He don't know nothing about NEO, boy. Listen. $5 is not, it's you can never discount anything nowadays, right? $5 is possible, but I mean, dude, if it gets to $5, I'm just gonna start chucking a lot more money at this thing. I mean, how much lower can it go, man? Right? It's not gonna go bankrupt. We already know that. We already know fundamentally it's not worth $5 a share. So it's gonna be oversold. You just gotta have the cojones to hold into it, right? Not financial advice. I don't know where this thing's going, but I would expect anywhere below the bottom is not going to happen, right? We're going to hit a bottom eventually and probably rebound. But markets are interesting, so be careful with that. Now, you know, we talked about NEO for some time now. We talked about the potential. We talked about how oversold it is. We talked about the growth stocks being oversold. When can their day come? This kind of reminds me kind of as Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, it's volatile. It's, you know, it's trading low right now. Obviously, I get it. There's way different scale of manner, right? You got the FTX fallout, all this, whatever. But in the context of something being oversold with upside potential, it kind of reminds me of NEO. Just because, you know, Bitcoin, yeah, it's going to be volatile. Yeah, Bitcoin may go down even lower, but I always ask myself this question: how much lower? I mean, how much lower can you go from the bottom? Is kind of the way I'm looking at it, right? Okay, $11.61 a share, right? Okay, you know, go to $5, right? Whatever, man. I mean, obviously it's half of this. We don't want to see that. Obviously, it's not ideal, especially if you have a lot of money in here. But depending on your lens and your outlook, you're holding this for years. You know, it's hard. I can't worry too much about it. I just believe in too much of the company. I mean, not even with bias, right? Just the fact that, like, just what the pictures tell me. What are the results telling me, right? They're consistent. Okay, the results are consistent even through trials and tribulations, right? Think about all the COVID lockdowns China's been having. Think about all the regulatory concerns that are in and out with China being listed on U.S. Exchanges. So, and it still made it through thick and thin. It's still here today. I don't know how many times I've heard people in the comments in the last 2 years talk about NEO delisting. NEO, is it getting delisted? I heard it's getting delisted. What do you think, man? Is China stocks getting delisted? You see it being delisted right now, man? Come on. It ain't gonna happen. So chill out. Now, if this is a bear flag, you know, if you take the fundamental length of the move, it would actually take us to like $0, right? Actually, like $1.50. That's typically the length of a move for a bear flag. But first of all, we don't even know if this is a bear flag. Second of all, it's extremely oversold and discounted. And third of all, you don't always satisfy the entire move of a bear flag or any pattern necessarily, okay? So that's just like in a very extreme case. You know, interim, it's trading in an uptrend right now, right? It's been sustaining higher lows and higher highs since October 22nd, October 24th. And, you know, and even short term, right? It almost looks like it's still attempting to hold this bottom trend line, assuming I drew it in an accurate location. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, NEO Day, I would expect more pre-anticipatory running, and then post-NEO Day, it's going to depend on market conditions. But here's what I'm excited about. Regardless of what happens in the next few days, there's only so many more areas these candles can travel, and this is a pretty significant inflection point. because it's on a long-term, you know, trend line here, wedge. Who knows, man? That might propel it, right? Maybe Neo Day propels it through the price action. We'll see. Don't understand why this is so hard to do. Oh, reverse split. It's not hard to do. It's just all it's some manipulation crap. VO noob. Yo, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like real quick, boy. If you ain't hitting the like button, how do you expect to hit the buy and sell button? Because you can't even do the easy stuff, man. You can't hit the like button on a YouTube video, dog. And you're trying to hit buy or sell? What? Good luck. Been a hot minute since I've seen your streams. Yes, sir. We're streaming every week now. Twice a week. So I'll do one in the middle of the week and I will do one on Sundays. So be ready for that. And we don't miss. I don't care if Christmas is on Sunday. We're streaming, all right? Because I think Christmas is on Sunday. Yeah. I might be streaming. There's a good chance, but I don't think the turnout's going to be that good. So that's why I'm questioning it. Ticker TME has been on an absolute tear lately. I'm looking to see your analysis on where this latest move can end up. Happy holidays to you as well. Yeah, this thing's a damn machine, son. Oh my. Oh my gosh. So yeah, this thing's on go mode. So you want to see my analysis? Yeah, so here's the biggest thing I'm denoting, my man. Bruh. Look at that market structure shift. The fact that you cleared this high with some strength is big, okay? This is big. It's looking great right now. Any news? Let's see. So Tencent. Okay, so Chinese. Li Auto to join Hang Seng China Enterprises Index. Okay. Oh, wow. Li Auto's in the index now? Shit. Shoot. Li Auto's growing, huh? Okay. Technically speaking, this looks phenomenal, right? You sustain some higher lows on the way. Almost a little ascending triangle here. But again, the biggest thing I'm taking home here is that you cleared past, you know, the close that you had above this prior high is significant. That is significant. So you're seeing some continuation here. Zoom out a little bit more. Right, so it looks like all-time highs was around that $32 mark at one point in time. The only thing I'd watch, right? You guys gotta keep stock trading simple, right? So what I would do is just watch this prior high, right? $8.86 about. Definitely $9 will be a psychological level for you, but 886 looks like our next contested area. Now I would watch that really close because we're coming a little extended here, right? So relatively speaking to the price action we've been seeing since early November, yes, it's hot, but like I said, stocks moving waves. So what goes up must come down and vice versa at some point in time to sustain a wave. And it will sustain a wave naturally, right? Supply and demand. This thing's getting expensive. If there's people that are truly interested in the stock right now, right? If you were to invest in Tencent, so I'm trying to figure out how to word this. If you were to like to buy this right now, right? Let's say you want to hold it for a few weeks or months. Would you want to buy it right now? Right now? Like while it's ripping? No. You want to buy it when it's cheap. And it's not cheap right now, relatively speaking. Yeah, I guess if you're looking at the multi-year horizon, sure, maybe. Okay, I don't know the outlook for this. But with that being said, the fact that you've been having such a stretch of momentum for such a prolonged amount of time relative to the current price action since early November, and you're approaching a significant key level here, I would expect this thing to start cooling off here pretty shortly. Okay, pretty soon. Now, take what you can get. Looks great. Not financial advice. I will never offer financial advice because that's not what I do. You can see a licensed professional for that. But, yeah, I mean, you're just seeing bullish continuation here, man. I mean, you got a bull flag coming out of a breakout almost, right? A little bull flag here. It looks like you had a little pop here in the illiquid extended hours here, after hours. So take it with a grain of salt, but it looks pretty good. But I would expect this thing to cool down probably pretty soon. I mean, like I said, relatively speaking. All right. Hopefully that helped you out. Mr. P lives in China and owns Neo stock. Oh, does he? Okay. There's just a lot of Mr. P's, man. And talks to Neo place managers all the time. He observes firsthand in China the COVID conditions, the traffic flow of people in Neo stores. Nice. Mr. P. Okay. Well, thanks for that, DD. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I saw you. Yeah, Jim. Okay. I think I remember you mentioning Mr. P in the past. Yeah, talks to Neo place managers all the time. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing with Neo for me is just the consistent, maintaining consistent drive and the perseverance. I mean, that's really hard to do as a company, especially when you're, I mean, guys, this is a high overhead industry. I mean, EV market is still new. You got to remember that it's in its infancy, and they're undergoing a lot of infrastructure as well. So to be in such a expensive startup industry and market, and to be persevering through the market conditions that we're in, especially that they are in, I'm talking more global, but especially that they're in, even from a granular scale with China and having their own individual domestic issues with COVID, the fact that they're still persevering is very impressive. THMO, a 1-45 reverse split plan tomorrow. Whoa! Keep tabs on that. THMO. Okay, bet. I'm gonna add it to the list. And after the split float will be around 750K. SINT ran at the open, had a reverse split yesterday. Okay, so you picking up on the reverse split action. Okay, though. THMO. All right. 1-45. That's huge, man. So this will look, the numbers here will look different tomorrow. The price action should look somewhat the same. 1-45. What is that? Can't do the math on that. So what? 45 cents? What? Am I reading that right? No, $4.50, I believe, is where I'll be. I think. My math's a little off. The biggest thing I'm noticing too is this gap right here. So that's exciting. Let's take a look at volume here. Yeah, volume's picking up today as expected. So, you know, these are high flyers, man, especially with these reverse splits, because you'll see a lot of anticipatory moves happen, right? Because people are getting excited for it. You know, fundamentally, it doesn't really make sense because, it kind of degrades the intrinsic value because you're adding more shares, right? So each share individually is not worth a whole lot. But, however, you're going to bring more, I think it's more for compliance, right? I believe is why you reverse split. It's more to maintain compliance, if I recall. But yeah, either way, my point is you can ride the momentum, right? If you have volume, you have fuel, right? How are you going to drive your car without fuel? So how are you going to trade a stock if there's no volume? So if you have volume coming in, it usually doesn't die off that quick unless it's like a pump and dump. And even if it does die off quick, there's still a little bit residual. So the fact that we had all this volume here, I would expect some to follow through tomorrow, especially with that news. And we'll see where this bad boy goes, man. But, you're going to have to do a little bit of math. But if you want the exact, price target numbers you're going for. But with these pump and dumps, man, I really just target like prior wicks, or I keep them in mind. And then I watch like price ranges. You know better than me how penny stocks, OTCs, all these things trade. Like just the micro, small cap, low floats. But they're nice because low floats, man, they move like a mug. I mean, if your money's right, you can literally probably move the price by yourself. Or even if you trade heavy size, you can literally move the candle yourself. I have buddies that trade pretty heavy, and I've literally been able to tell when they jump into a stock because they're traded a low float. They just spikes, man. So with that, whatever the math is on this prior wick, 15 cents at this point. So 15 times, 42 or 0.15 times 45, I should say. Calculator. $6.75. So $6.75 could be a viable price target. because the price based on the close should open up, what did we say, around $4.50, 0.0942. Yeah, $4.24 about. So, you know, a little $2 move there, which is big. Was that 30%? Oh shit, 50%? My math's off, but that's crazy. And then SINT, yeah, we can look at that real quick. Yeah, this looks bullish. I mean, I can just tell from a high level. It's already got that pennant-esque formation here. You know, these are money, man. Patterns are king when you're trading these micro cap, low flow penny stocks, man. Patterns are money. I don't know. I've just noticed that more as a common theme. It looks very bullish. If you end the day, right, sustaining a bullish pattern for the entire day, it took the whole day for this thing to form, and you go into the next day with that pattern, boy, you know, pre-market might be exploding. It was good, but honestly been hard to keep. All these reverse split straights, so many plays happening. Oh, that's good. That's good. I think for at least from a high level, you know, you're picking up on the wind. You know, you're seeing where the wind's drifting. You know, it's drifting in this, I guess, this category, right? Or I can't say sector, but you know, it's category, right? IPOs or you know, IPOs might be popping off. EVs might be popping off. You know, reverse splits might be popping off. So, you know, categorically, it's just standing that VO noob. VO. Thanks, man. I appreciate the super chat, man. Everything goes a long ways, and I do appreciate it, man. I don't care if it's 10 cents, baby. I appreciate it. Thank you, VO. Moon Gang. Yeah, I got to get my soundboard going again. I had the Moon Gang button on there. I still have it, too. Before was Gucci, brother. I've been waiting for a good entry into Palantir. Would like to buy 100 shares. What do you think? Palantir signed I think a $75 million defense contract deal today or something. I saw, yeah, 75 million euro, I believe, right? Enterprise agreement, UK Ministry of Defense. Yeah, so they're still getting contracts, which is crazy. They have a good product, and I do like the long-term outlook for this industry. And so, you know, I think Palantir's sitting pretty good. You know, anything with like cybersecurity or like defense or anything like that, it's one of those things. It's a necessity. It's not really going to go away. So can you make it through the thick and thin? And right now it's thin, baby. It's trading at all-time lows. So, you know, this might not be one, you know, too bad to look at. I mean, it's damn cheap, right? And it's that whole conversation we had about NEO, right? It can still get cheaper. So, you know, if you get in at 650 and the shit's, you know, it's down to 550 in 2 days, depends on your time horizon. Again, not financial advice. It's just, to me, from a high level, you know, you're already taking on a little bit more risk, but there's typically going to be a lot more reward with that. But the fact that it's in a growth sector, it's just something to be cognizant of, because a lot of the growth sector is taking a hit, but then also be cognizant of, because it's taking such a hit, that it could work in your favor in the long term. That's like with whole Cathie Woods getting all the scrutiny, right? Everybody's like, what are you doing? Why are you buying these companies? They're all getting destroyed right now. It's just because she's looking more long-term, obviously. And they are government subsidized. So as an investor, anything that's government subsidized gives me so much reliability. It's good security to have, right? If you're government backed, you're not going to go bankrupt, just plain and simple. It's just, it can happen, but I obviously, because it's a stock market, I gotta say anything can happen. But Lockheed Martin ain't gonna go bankrupt tomorrow. Lockheed Martin, you know what I'm saying? Even if they have some scandal come out with the CEO, or F-35 start exploding everywhere, you know, they're gonna be there. They're government subsidized, so that's kind of where my head's at with Palantir here. Alan, yo, what's up, baby? JS, what's up, brother? Looking fresh. This shows the vibe. I try, man. I try to get some good tunes on. YouTube's on my stuff about playing, you know, the right music on here. I'd be playing like Lil Baby or something, but I can't because YouTube's going to slap me in the face. You think Tesla's in trouble? I don't think so. You know, the way, this is my opinion, you know, I always try to think about the flip side of what everybody else is thinking, right? So if we want to be like the 1%, guys, we can't think like the 99%. We got to think we got to think opposite, not necessarily opposite, but think differently than what 99% of people are thinking. a lot of people do very well. Like the most millionaires are typically birthed from a recession. Matter of fact, at least when it comes to investing specifically, it's because everybody's in this whole like FUD train, right? Like they're just like, oh my God, the world's ending. Listen, from a very high level, I would never bet against this man. I will never bet against Elon. Yes, you know, he can cause some volatility with things. He does some outrageous stuff once in a while, but fundamentally, right, his heart and soul is in Tesla and SpaceX, and fundamentally his heart and soul is into the human race and humankind, and he knows that this industry is one way to propel all of mankind, and he's already made that mark, a matter of fact, and I think he's just getting started. Now, the fact that I'm hearing more and more FUD about Tesla, the fact that it's down 66% at least from all-time highs, all these factors, that's making me lick my chops, baby. This thing is cheap. We can't be thinking like everybody else, because then we're going to live a woulda, coulda, shoulda. Things going to be at $300 again one day, and we're going to be like, shit. I remember when I was talking about when it was at $1.37, 137. Now, here's also, here's some addition to that opinion. Now, it depends on your savviness too, right? So okay, we have that in mind, right? Everybody's scared right now. They're selling off. They're freaking out over nothing. But also bringing the savvy side of it too, where it's like, just note that we could see a little more downside, but that's why people dollar cost average. It wouldn't surprise me if we see more downside, because it is such a heavily weighted S&P component, okay? And the overall S&P has been having drawdown, and it could still have some more drawdown because we have the whole speculation with the recession, things like that. I can see it going lower. I can't see it going exponentially lower. It's so oversold right now. I get it. But to me, let's say I had $100,000, and I'm looking at Tesla. I'm probably buying a little bit today. If it goes down to $100 in 2 months, I'll just buy more when it's at $100 and then bring that average down. Because I know I'm accumulating while it's in the low, right? Just kind of look at it as a range. I'm accumulating while it's low, because if I have like a 5-year horizon or whatever it is, and this thing's at $400 one day, it's like, shit. I'm not gonna give a damn if I got that thing at $137 or $100 or $65. The thing's at $400 right now. So, you just got to tie it all together. I've been saying this with everything. I mean, look at Amazon, for God's sake. Amazon's at $86, guys. What? Amazon? Come on, dude. $87 for Amazon. You think Amazon's gonna go anywhere? Shit. What? Because the economy's rocky. They got a little bit of chop in this. You know what I mean? You guys got to think. You got to be looking at the monthly chart. Look at the monthly chart, man. Look at Tesla on the monthly chart. Look at this. There's your pullback. There's your woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like, oh man, I remember when, you'll be looking at Tesla one day. Shit's up here, $800. Like, damn, man, I remember when I was looking at this thing. Sorry, I can't get this. Try to tell a story here and it's not staying. But, the thing will be up here one day and you'll be like, oh, yeah. You'll be looking at the higher time frame. Man, I remember when it was cheap. So, that was the same ordeal back here one day for some others, right? I remember when Tesla was in the 400s and 300s and everybody's like, oh, my gosh, look at Tesla. Dude, I remember looking at this stock when it was like $40-$50. What in the world? So that's just kind of how I look at it, especially if you have a long-term viewpoint. But I wouldn't bet against Elon. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't. He's just proven again and again and again and again. So, market conditions are not favorable. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of chop, but no risk, no reward, right? No pain, no gain. The fall of Tesla, the rise in get the hell out of here. Listen, Tesla has 62% of the EV market share right now. Okay, last time I checked. Okay, that's globally. All right, they're projecting it's going to come down a little bit. That's fine. Competition's rising, but you got to remember, and then Tesla's like dominating China as well. But Yeah, Neo, man. I'm very bullish on Neo, man. As soon as they start coming overseas more, oh my lord. And they're already making those strides. You got to remember how like young Neo is, guys. This thing's in its infancy, okay? People just got hiatus because we printed $4 trillion and all these growth stocks, they jumped up, 700% in 2 months. And so when it was at $60, everybody got this hiatus. But over the years and, time, and I've digested more fundamentals and macroeconomic scale of things with the stock market and the economy, you just got to kind of always go back to the drawing board and be like, holistically, like, where are we at right now? Guys, Neo went public in late 2018, okay? It's 2022. Things are a little rocky, right? But what's this thing gonna look like years from now, man? This shit's gonna be scary. I think Neo can be hundreds, if not in the hundreds, share price, price per share one day, easily. And at the end of the day, it's going back to, it's government subsidized. So that should give you some security as an investor, not financial advice. Just something to think about. If the government is making sure that you stay afloat to achieve like the goals for the economy, right? And we're talking like over 1 billion people, they're trusting Neo as the front runners for the EV market space, right? For zero emissions in China, right? Their goal is by 2035, zero emissions on the roads. And they are pumping money to these companies that are in their infancy right now to make sure that they help achieve that goal by that date. And just knowing the Chinese, knowing Asian culture, just high level, they're pretty damn disciplined people. You guys can probably attest for this, right? That's why they're so damn smart in school. And, they're typically a little more technologically advanced like Japan. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Lucid just started accumulating shares. Yeah, so Lucid's a little bit more trickier of an EV because it is domestic and it's very niche. Lucid is luxury EV, so I think Lucid needs to expand their pipeline a little bit more, and that should help them out, right? If they can start coming out with more affordable models and kind of change a little bit, I think they'll be okay. But if you're selling a $100,000 EV, you're already constraining yourself to market share. So, and that's where Tesla's so dominant. Tesla, they're phenomenal because they focus on manufacturing. Why do you think Toyota, right, and like Volkswagen are like the top revenue generating automobile companies in the entire planet? It's because they focus on manufacturing. Manufacturing is where you increase your margins on your product. So Tesla's getting better at cranking out their products, right? Maintaining quality, getting them out the door faster, right? And then on top of that, while they're doing that, they're optimizing their manufacturing processes, right? Becoming more lean so that they ultimately, right, can increase those margins. And if they increase their margins, they can also sell it for cheaper. So their window, their margin window might shrink a little bit from selling it cheaper. However, if they sell it cheaper, then they're going to sell more and then they make even more money. And so that's what works for them because Tesla sells affordable vehicles right now, arguably. I mean, they're floating in the 30,000s. But, comparatively for such a new industry and new product, $30,000-ish for an EV vehicle that is highly robust. It's been proven. It's gone through a lot of trial and error because the Model S came out in 2013. So it's gone through, battery issues or concerns and all that shit. Reliability's there, price point's there. And they're expanding on infrastructure, which is slowly getting there as well. There's superchargers. If you go on any interstate in this country, there's superchargers all the way down the road, all the way along the way, right? I used to have one, right? I used to have a Tesla, and I'm telling you right now, it was mind-boggling how many chargers there were. There's a lot more than I thought. That was one of my biggest concerns as a initial consumer. I was like, man, where am I going to charge them up? But yeah, I mean, the chargers they're not abundant yet, not like gas stations, but again, you got to remember how young this industry is. So just wait till that day comes. But yeah, Lucid needs to expand their portfolio. Kind of went on a rant there. They are trading below opening price. Their IPO, which is usually around $10, so $9.50 ish. They're trading at all-time lows, 52-week lows. Or I should just say all-time lows, really, but. Yeah, going back to that thing, right? Growth stocks, all this stuff, they're very oversold right now. So that doesn't imply a rebound, however, but it does imply that, you're so discounted. It's like, how much lower can you go, right? Playing freaking limbo here. So it's very far-fetched to try to time the bottoms. So that's why a lot of, long-term investors and things like that, they usually accumulate, right? They look at, if you had to plan to hold Lucid for 10 years, right? There's pretty low chance that you're going to get your ass kicked because you bought $100,000 worth of Lucid at $7 a share. If you're going to hold it for 10 years, right? Chances are pretty good you probably make some money. But again, make sure you do your own due diligence. That's not financial advice as well, by the way, but do your own due diligence. Obviously keep tabs on the company as well. Make sure the R&D in there and the aggression is there and they're sustaining, revenue and their EPS is okay and their EBITDA, and make sure you're keeping tabs on all that stuff and corporate initiatives. And that should give you some reliability as an investor. Okay. Tour, what up, baby? Yoshi. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Smash that like, boy. Smash that like, or girl. Smash that like. Hit that subscribe, guys. We go live twice a week. Happy holidays, by the way. But don't miss out on another stream. What other YouTubers charting for you, dog? Shit. Ain't nobody. Tour. All right. Probably wondering how I'm drinking this with the lid on, huh? Did you guys notice my Neo bag back there? Neo. I need to change my background up a little bit. I got some lights coming. Got some studio equipment. Tour. Tunia Corporation. You're still holding shares for next year? Well, dude, I hope you got in before this momentum push. Holy buckets. This thing is on the fritz. Damn, son. Where'd you find this? Yeah, man. This looks saucy. I'm trying not to swear. It's so hard not to swear on YouTube. YouTube, you kill me. YouTube, just let me swear, please. All right? Nah, they don't care if I swear. I'll just try to maintain an image here, I guess. I could maintain a goon image, though. Yeah, so it's trading in a little bit of a range here. You've been trading in a range for essentially the last 2 weeks. It looks like since mid-December here. Yeah, since about December 12th, you've been trading sideways. You can clearly denote that here at the support and resistance level. So be cognizant of that. We did go on a little bit of hiatus here. Doesn't mean we're out the floodgates necessarily, but when you're trading in a range, you just got to be a little bit cognizant that we can go left or right. Or I guess in this instance, up or down at any point in time. So just keep tabs on that. Okay, looks like you got a penny stock here. I don't know the size of this company. Probably, yeah, 222 million market cap. So pretty small cap. Probably even a micro cap, small cap, micro cap, small company. Yeah, and that's what investing is about. Sometimes a lot of people they'll buy companies when they're like $1 or $5 or whatever, because they'll be the hero one day when it's all talked about. Someday in the future when it's sitting at maybe 2 or 3 digits. At one point this was $25, but obviously that could have been hiatus as well off an IPO. Makes sense. It hit it so fast right after going public. Looks like they went public back in 2014, so it's been around for quite a bit of time. But yeah, it looks good right now. It looks pretty good. Volume's there, momentum's there. This prior high I kept keeping my eyes on. I meant to make a comment about that. So, me, based on the market structure, I do like the clearance of that prior high. Just be cognizant of overall direction, right? Overall direction, it's been pointing down for the last 8 years. So just, keep that in mind. But again, I don't know the future horizon for this thing. I don't know the outlook. I don't know if they've had change of management or structure the last maybe 2 or 3 years. Who knows, man? I don't know anything about this company, but that's a pretty good sign. That's a very strong curl that it's sustaining right now. It looks like it did hit a floor and held that floor for about, cool 2 to 3 years at about that 75, 76 level area here. And now you're starting to curl up with some strength and momentum, maybe some news perhaps, but yeah, it's not looking terrible. It's a small company though, just assess your risk. T-Shell, thanks for the super chat, brother. Welcome, brother. You want me to do Neo? All right. So Neo's Neo's whack, man. Neo's whack. Yeah, it looks good. So you have this wedge right, on the higher time frame, daily, weekly, whatever floats your boat. Now, what was impressive and what I've been keen to is this channel, right? We've been talking about this channel. I've been texting you offline about it. This channel here, it's been holding, and it's been holding pretty nice. But the last 2 trading days here, that's a pretty nice flip right there. It's a substantial move there. However, you know, don't discount it. Could be a dead cat bounce. We're not out to clear yet. I would like to get a little bit more back into this channel. However, anytime you see a little bit of you know, I guess kind of floating around a critical level, that is a good sign, especially if you're looking to go long. So, you know, again, it could get back into this channel, and you know, timing's pretty good, right? We have Neo Day coming up on Saturday this week, right? So Neo Day's in 3 days, Christmas Eve. Happy holidays, everybody. So on Christmas Eve, we have Neo Day coming up. You're starting to potentially hold support against this trendline support that we're theorizing here. Just in time, man. And check this out. You already see it. I know you see it, doggy. Look at that. See what that is? I call that cushion. How much cushion is left for the pushing? Not a lot, because that trend line is right there, baby. So a few things, right? We might get pre-anticipatory running prior to Neo Day. There's only 2 trading days this week, so just be cognizant of that. We're gonna need some 2 nice size candles here to even like get to that that long-term trend line resistance up here, that white line. So my theory is, I think at the very least, it would not surprise me if we do get momentum getting up to that trend line. Now, to clear through that trend line, that's going to depend. That might come from a Santa rally, though. However, right? So we're gonna go into the weekend. Prior to the weekend, we got Neo Day, right? So you could have to pre-anticipatory running, right? So you're gonna start off the weekend with some momentum, okay? And then in Neo, typically, when there's a catalyst or something, it'll run independent of market conditions. So if, you know, SPY's bleeding tomorrow, Neo can still be shooting. So I can see that getting, you know, this is a great hypothetical situation. Never know, but I can see Neo getting up to this trend line or approaching it prior to Neo Day. So, you know, towards end of day Friday, and it wouldn't surprise me if sometime in the next week, the last week of the year, we get that Santa rally. You get follow through momentum from the markets. Also follow through momentum from Neo Day. Now, if we do get a push these next 2 days, expect a little bit of relief, probably maybe Monday, Tuesday, get a little selling off, profit taking. But that could propel us through this trend line. Now, if we do get through this trend line as well, just remember, don't get too excited, because it could be a false breakout, could net into a false breakout. So again, that's why I just trade with a 1 day at a time mindset. But if you do want me to, you know, rub that damn crystal ball for you, boy, that's kind of the thing I'm looking at here. And then, of course, we've talked about this level before, that $14, that prior high. You really need to watch that. That is critical structure. If you break past that, though, with a strong close, you're looking pretty damn good, brother, because that's a market structure shift, okay? That is huge. So key in on this level here, and then guess what's right above that, baby? You didn't even see it, dog, because I saw it. Check this out. There's a gap right there. Gang, right? So that could propel us up to 15, right? But there's levels to this. So we'll go 1 day at a time. That's kind of what I'm watching on Neo, okay? So again, obviously speculation there and all that. Now let's talk about the worst case. It's going to $5, dude. No, I'm just kidding. You know, you have this potential bear flag. I don't think there's a bear flag there just because of the fundamentally, a bear flag is typically the size of the move is the size of the flagpole, but not always. And so that's going to take us to with $2. I don't think Neo's going to go that low. It's too oversold. Okay. So again, if we break below this channel here, don't immediately like bear flag. All it is simply a channel break, or you might be breaking some structure. So you need to watch key levels on the way down, and what would signal significant market structure breaks or shifts is definitely going to be these key levels on the way down. It is as simple as just looking at your support and resistance to an extent. You kind of want to look at these swing points here. So that next one down below is going to be that $9.67, and then just below that, where you have some common highs here, we can call it $9.14 or about $9. I like to round to nice whole numbers just because if I'm close to them, just because they're psychological levels. So keep all that in mind, right? $9 is really a floor we would like to hold the next few weeks. $14 is a ceiling we really want to break the next few weeks. So NIO, man, again, depending on your time horizon, I know you're an investor. Dude, it's $11 a share, man. I mean, damn, it's cheap, man. It's cheap. Doesn't mean that it can't go to $8, right? We all know that. It's a stock market, but you know, I always try to think long term. You know, we're looking at NIO, you know, 1 to 2 to 3 years from now, and things at $100 a share. You think you're gonna give a damn if you bought it at $11 versus $8? You ain't gonna kick yourself in the ass too much over that. You're gonna be like, oh, you still got it in at $11, brother, and it's $100 right now. So I try to maintain that mindset. And you're down, you know, from today's close, you're down 82.5% from all-time highs. Okay, so relatively speaking, I mean, it's just so cheap, man. It's beautiful. Let's take a look at some other things here. Yeah. So, yeah, you know me, you know, text me whenever, as always, and you know, we'll stay on this ish, man. I'll watch it with you every day if I have to. We'll get it down, brother. I'm all about the charts, baby. I itch for the candles, boy. 9 to 5, like. Everybody like this damn video, man. I'm gonna lose my damn mind. If you can't hit the like button on a YouTube video, you can't hit the damn buy and sell button when you trading stocks, man. There's no way. There's no way, because I tell you what, that's a lot harder than this shit, all right? So make sure you hit that like button, baby. All right? Everyone listening, tell your friends. He gets it. We need to grow this audience big time. Gary, I can hear it in the text, man. I appreciate your support, guys. YouTube channel's been picking up again. I'm pretty excited about it. We're going to have a great year next year. If you guys want to follow along, man, go ahead. Nothing to you, right? You hit subscribe, turn on the bell. That's it, right? You don't pay for anything. If you are interested in paying for stuff, I do offer that too, right? You see it in the banner. So I do have a stock trading group. It's private. We give out trade signals every single day, and we have multiple analysts, and we trade diversified things, right? We trade options, we trade penny stocks, we trade Forex, and we trade crypto. And I have trade signals and alerts for all of those categories. On top of that, we have learning sessions every single week, and we have private daily live streams. Lots of value, baby. So if you want to think about that, links down in the description, baby. Check it out. Done plugging. I'm not big on plugging, but the option's there. Just thought I'd throw it out. Hit that subscribe, baby. We're going to have more videos coming. I go live twice a week. We're also following up as of recently on this whole Atlas trading situation. If you haven't heard about it, there were some guys that were pumping penny stocks on Twitter the last year or two, and they scammed like up to $100 million worth of money, which is insane. I mean, this is a big deal. This is like Wolf of Wall Street scale. I mean, it's close. It's getting there. So we're talking about that too. So if you're interested in finding out about that, or just curious, man, I got, you know, one of my last few uploads. You'll see it right there on my homepage. Go check that out, man. Jay Rizzle, what's up, boy? What's good, brother? Maps. All right, y'all. I do have to go in 10 minutes and join my private Discord. We actually have a learning session tonight on a strategy for options trading. So if you're interested, man, reserve your seat now. Reserve it now, baby. And we do record all of our streams as well on the private Discord. So if you can't make it to any of them, you know, they're there for your brother or sister, whoever's watching. Maps, yeah, same thing here, right? Micro cap, low flow. Wow, they were worth $30 one day. What the hell? Wonder what this market cap is. 140 million. So they've lost a lot of value, but very oversold right now. The only thing I'd be cognizant of is maintaining compliance now that they're below $1. I don't know what they're listed on. I'm guessing the New York Stock Exchange, if I had to guess. Oh, they're listed on the NASDAQ. Yeah, so definitely. So I know NASDAQ compliance is sustaining a $1 you know, share value for a sustained amount of time. I think it's like 6 months or something, or a year. So they're probably starting to think about compliance notices here. Now, they can conduct a reverse split, which is not unfamiliar, but it's usually not preferred because it does dilute the intrinsic value of the shares. Whole nother conversation there. It is very oversold. It's at 92 cents a share. Can it go lower? I don't know why it couldn't, right? So I'm always realistic with you guys, right? A lot of you guys, you know, your head's in the right spot, right? They're looking at it. You're like, it's super cheap. You know, this gotta be a buy, man. You know, so, you know, I get it. I get where your head's at, but just remember, right? I always try to be more realistic than optimistic, right? Optimism is good, but be realistic, right? Why can't it keep selling off? That's all it's been doing this entire year, right? Since March of this year, it's gone from $8.30 to 92 cents. So it doesn't mean it can't keep selling off just because it's super cheap. And that's with anything you guys are watching. But just be cognizant of that. Be cognizant of, so it's going to get to a point where you got to be cognizant of what's actually going on in the company, right? Do your due diligence. What's going on? What's going on with management? How's revenue been looking? How's their last few earnings reports been looking? I can tell you most of them are red right now, or half of them. Looks like they have earnings up and coming now, right? So they're starting to make that shift, right? They're starting to get out of this hole that they're dug in. Because fundamentally, at the end of the day, fundamentals will save you. They'll save your ass if you're investing in a company. Fundamentals are so important. They will save you, right? Technicals, they tell you what the price is doing, but that's considering market movements. That's considering algorithms. That's considering smart money. Large banks, firms, whales. All that stuff. So the share price doesn't always necessarily reflect the company. Sometimes it gets close, but not all the time, man. That's why you had a lot of stocks back in the day that were worth way more than they should be, right? That's why you had Zoom trading at $400, and now it's not shit. That's why you have, Neo trading at $11 now, and it used to be $60. Neo's fundamentally worth more than $11 though, so it would give me more confidence as an investor because I did my DD. I know little stuff like that. So do your research. Think about the future of this company. So you can build in some confidence, build in some due diligence. And then if you're looking at it and you're kind of like, then yeah, we might still go down some more and they might even get delisted. Okay. Again, we're not going to jump to that conclusion yet. Do your DD. And hopefully that helped you, man. Stock G. Yo, real quick, shout out to the boy, man. If y'all are into sports betting, go follow my boy Stock G's YouTube channel. That shit's busting. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you. All right, VTI. All right, cool. This will be one of the last ones, guys. Again, leave me a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I upload nearly every day, and if I'm not uploading, I'm live streaming, which is twice a week, every Sunday and middle of the week. We don't miss. VTI, but I do have to run to my private Discord here in a little bit. We got a little learning session today on options. VTI, this looks like the S&P 500. Oh, Vanguard? Oh, total stock market ETF. Okay. You're long, just enjoying the slow ride. Easy gains for the future. That man said, yeah, I know. Imagine me going into the index funds, but it's been working out. Yeah, index. Yeah, so a lot of investors, they just look at ETFs. Because it's just easier and it gives you quick diversification. So if you really like all the big companies like Apple, Tesla, all that, you can keep it easy on yourself and just look at ETFs. Not financial advice, but a lot of people do that. The only thing I was weary about with this thing was the potential dead cat bounce, because we had a pretty significant shift in market structure. Because we were trading in a little bit of a range here for a little bit. And then when we broke right here, I got a little bit of concern. We could dead cat bounce. That's the only thing I'm worried about. We might get dead cat bounce. Maybe get our little center rally here. Contest that area. And then have some continuation down. That's just speculation. That's the only thing I'd be careful about. So watch out for that. But yeah, again, we could have our center rally here soon. We never know what's coming. And the big thing I'm watching, and I have been watching for some time, is definitely that long-term trend line. Right here, because this thing is a mug, and we had a false breakout on it the other week, man. I thought that was gonna be it, and we still just couldn't break that trend line, man. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, gotta wrap up this video and join my private Discord if you want to join as well. Links in the description. If not, baby, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe. That's free to you, and hit that like, because if you can't hit the like button on a damn YouTube video, you can't hit that buy and sell button when you trading stocks, baby. Gang. See you guys in the next video, and stay tuned. Happy holidays. Should have an upload tomorrow for you as well, and Friday, so be on the lookout for that. Other than that, stay safe. I'll see you soon, baby.